Have you ever paused for a moment and wondered what's the real purpose of life? We work hard, chase dreams, seek approval, buy things we don't really need, and yet deep down, something still feels incomplete. We live surrounded by noise, pressure, and endless expectations. But more than 2,500 years ago, there lived a man who sat quietly under a tree. And in that silence, he found answers to every question humanity still asks today. That man was Gautama Buddha. And his timeless wisdom can completely transform the way you live, forever. This isn't about religion. This is about discovering the art of living, the way to peace, purpose, and power from within. So, take a deep breath, let go of every distraction, and let's begin this journey guided by Buddha's wisdom. Buddha once said, "The root of suffering is attachment." At first, this sounds simple, but think about it deeply. Why do we suffer? Because we cling to things, people, and outcomes. We want people to treat us a certain way. We want life to go according to our plans. We want everything to stay the same. But life doesn't work that way. Everything changes. When we attach our happiness to something that can change, we invite pain. It's like holding water in your hand. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips away. When you let go, the water rests gently in your palm. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging. You love freely, you work sincerely, but you don't depend on the outcome for your peace. That's the secret. When you detach from results, you become free. And in that freedom, real happiness begins. Buddha said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." Most people live in two places, the past and the future. They regret what they did yesterday or worry about what might happen tomorrow. But the truth is, life only exists now. Think about it. When you eat, do you truly taste your food? When you walk, do you feel the ground beneath your feet? When you talk, are you really listening or just waiting for your turn to reply? We miss the beauty of life because our minds are always elsewhere. The present moment is your true home. If you can be fully here, right now, even simple things can bring deep joy. A cup of tea, a smile, the sound of rain. Peace doesn't come from a perfect future. It comes from a mindful now. Buddha said, "Everything that has a beginning has an ending. Make your peace with that, and all will be well." Nothing in this world lasts forever. Not happiness, not sorrow, not success, not pain. This is the law of impermanence, and it's both humbling and freeing. If you're going through dark times, remember, this too shall pass. If you're at the peak of success, remember, this too shall pass. When you accept that everything changes, you stop clinging to moments and start flowing with life. A storm never lasts forever, neither does sunshine. The art of life is learning to dance through both. When we understand impermanence, we stop fearing change, and instead, we begin to grow with it. Buddha said, "What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create." Your life is a mirror of your mind. If your thoughts are full of anger, fear, and doubt, that's what you'll see everywhere. But if your thoughts are full of peace, compassion, and gratitude, that's what the world reflects back. Every thought you think plants a seed. Water anger, and you'll grow pain. Water kindness, and you'll grow peace. Most of us try to change the world without changing our mind. But the real transformation begins inside. When you control your mind, you control your life. Train it to see beauty in every moment, to focus on solutions, not problems. And your outer world will begin to shift in ways you never imagined. After years of extreme discipline and hardship, Buddha discovered something profound. Neither indulgence nor denial leads to true happiness. The secret lies in the middle path, balance. You don't have to give up everything to find peace. You just have to live with awareness and moderation. Work, but don't become a slave to work. Love, but don't lose yourself in love. Rest, but don't escape from your responsibilities. Balance is wisdom in action. It's knowing when to move forward and when to pause. When your life becomes balanced, your mind becomes calm, and in calmness, wisdom blossoms. Buddha once said, "If you light a lamp for someone, it will also brighten your path." True strength is not found in power or wealth. It's found in compassion. When you help others, you heal yourself. When you forgive others, you free yourself. When you choose kindness, you rise above the noise of the world. The modern world tells us to compete. Buddha tells us to connect. He reminds us that we are all part of the same journey. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you cannot see. Be gentle. Be kind, because the love you give always finds its way back to you in ways you may not expect. Buddha said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." We often believe happiness lies outside, in money, relationships, status, or possessions. But every time we get what we want, we soon want more. It's a never-ending chase. The real treasure lies within. When your mind is peaceful, even the smallest moments bring joy. When your mind is restless, even success feels empty. Close your eyes, breathe, and ask yourself, who am I beneath all these desires and fears? You'll discover something unshakable, your true self. The calm observer behind every emotion, every thought, every change. When you realize that peace is already within you, life stops being a race and starts becoming a beautiful journey. Buddha said, "In the end, only three things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you." Letting go is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's understanding that some things are not meant to stay. Let go of the past, it cannot be changed. Let go of control. Life flows better when you stop forcing it. Let go of people who drain your peace. You deserve calmness, not chaos. When you let go, you make space for new beginnings. You allow peace to enter where pain once lived. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means accepting, forgiving, and moving forward. Lighter, freer, and stronger. Buddha said, "Awareness is the path to immortality. Unawareness is the path to death." Awareness means living consciously. It means not running on autopilot, but being awake in every moment. When you speak, be aware of your words. When you act, be aware of your intentions. When you think, be aware of your thoughts. Awareness is like light. When you turn it on, the darkness of confusion disappears. With awareness, you make better choices. You stop reacting and start responding. You stop existing and start truly living. Buddha's final and most powerful teaching reminds us that no one can save you but yourself. You can read books, listen to teachers, or seek advice. But the real change happens only when you look within. You are the creator of your peace. You are the builder of your happiness. And you are the destroyer of your suffering. The answers you seek are not somewhere out there. They've been within you all along. When you realize this, you stop seeking and start living. Buddha's wisdom is not about escaping life. It's about embracing it fully, with awareness, compassion, and peace. The world around you may be noisy, unpredictable, and full of challenges. But your inner world can always remain calm. Let go of attachment. Live in the present. Embrace change. Train your mind. Walk the middle path. And above all, be kind to yourself and to others. Because when you live by these teachings, you don't just survive, you awaken. This is how Buddha's wisdom changes your life forever.